Hey, hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to do an infinite running logic. We're not going to make an infinite running game. I think you are smarter than, you can find ways to make this into a game once you understand the logic. So what we'll do is we'll take a character, we'll make it run, and it'll run in such a way that the path never ends. Okay, so that is what an infinite runner logic is. And because this video is going to be a short one, we are only going to do the logic in which the road keeps growing in front. You're not going to take cases in which the road is going to twist and turn, and you're not going to really bother about obstacles and collectibles on the path. That would make it a full game. But this would just give you enough idea to understand what an infinite logic looks like. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. First thing what we'll do is the first step is to take something called as a Unity Chan model from the asset store. Okay, so go to the Unity asset store and download something called Unity Chan, which I've already done and imported into Unity. So I'm just going to point you to what the location of the Unity Chan model is. It's absolutely free. It is offered by Unity Technologies itself for the benefit of the use of its users. So Unity Chan, that's what you're going to search, Unity Chan. So once again, let me tell you that this video, we are not going to make an infinite runner. We're not going to spawn collectibles, we're not going to spawn obstacles, just a simple road that keeps growing on and on and on. Okay, so the first step is just going to be getting the Unity Chan model into Unity. So here we're just going to say open in Unity and import it, and you have to do the import 2 times. So for it, first you have to press the download button and then you have to import it again. So I think just let me this step can have some problems at times. So what it will do is it will open the Unity package manager. Okay, so one more bug, Unity, if you can please fix this, is it's not scrollable. The screen sometimes is not scrollable in the Unity asset store. I'm using the Chrome browser, so it's a pretty standard bug. So okay, so while I open in Unity, that's the first step, and it will open in Unity and it will open the package manager window by default. Let me do this again. So this is a bit glitchy, I have to say that. I have to admit this step is a bit glitchy. So the package manager window opened right here, and you should see the Unity Chan model in the package manager window. In case you find that there is some error in the package manager, then try restarting Unity or something like that. But this is the next step that should happen. Then what you'll do is you'll do in download, and because I've already downloaded and imported it, I've seen the import button, but I'm not going to click it because I already have the Unity Chan model in the scene. So once I do an import, it will show another dialog box. Unity, you please fix this flow. Once I download and I press the import, it should get imported. Why do I have to press the import button 2 times? This is not intuitive at all. This is not easy to understand. So you have to press the import button 2 times, once here and once in the import dialog, and then whenever, so this is just a general advice for whenever you download a new package, is you scan the left side of your Unity, which is this folders in the assets for parent folder, and you will find the parent folder of the Unity Chan here. Okay, you'll see lots of folders. You go to the scene folder and open the Locomotion Scene. Okay, so this is the one that's already open. I'll just reduce the lighting a bit, and it's a bit too much for my liking, so I'll just make it 1.2. That's good enough. And what you'll also see is you'll see multiple objects, multiple buttons here, which will trigger different animations. I don't really want that in my screen. So what I've done is I've gone to these two scripts. Don't ask me how I came to know where this is, because on GUI is a standard way to draw the buttons. I just guessed it would be there in this one and the Unity Chan controller. Where is that thing? So there's a controller on this Unity Chan called Unity Chan controller. Okay, so I went to these two scripts. First is the face update, and the second is the Unity Chan controller. Yeah, this one. So you'll find a function. You'll find something called on GUI. So you need to put a comment sign. I hope you know how to comment code. So you put a / and a star. Okay, so that's how you do and then the other way around when you want to end the comment. What is a comment? A comment is basically something that will delete a section of code or make it ineffective. This is just plain English. I can write anything. I'm not going to do anything. Anything I can write and it will not really compile it. So it will exclude it from the code. So this one on GUI I have to exclude, and the one in the face update. So all the buttons that you are going to see here when you press the play button, they will now get hidden. And now you will have a nice little empty scene. Okay, and one more step that you have to do is you have to take the main camera and put drag and drop and parent it to the Unity Chan model so that it follows your model everywhere it goes. Okay. Now I press WASD and I'm able to control this little Unity Chan model. Nice. I mean the hair effect is realistic. I'll have to see how they've done it, but it's really interesting. So now you have a character which is running all the time. Okay, maybe you can you want the camera to be a little bit more behind, so just take it like this. Okay, and and now you have a character which is running all the time. So now it's running on a empty plane, which is not what we want. So what we'll do is we will delete this plane altogether, and we'll delete it off, and we'll create another plane. Plane, you know how to create a plane. Go to right click on the hierarchy and then create a plane from there. You have a plane. We'll just take it a little down and we will make it look like a, we'll scale it down in the which direction would it be. So let's check which direction we want to scale it down in. So let's scale it down in the Z. We'll make it 0.2. Okay, and starts to look like a road. Okay, little bit. So now our Unity Chan, fall down, fall down. Okay, so now our Unity Chan is standing on a piece of road, but it's not looking like a road, it's looking like an empty plane. So how do we make it look like a road? We'll download a Cobblestone Texture. Cobblestone is you'll know Cobblestone Texture for free. Just search for it in Google, download the image and apply it. So let's take this one. This is what is called a cobblestone, which is used to line up. We'll go to visit. And which one do you like? I'm okay with anything, so I'll just take the first one. So you can download the one you like, and all this is for free. But you'll have to do a login. So create a new account, login. I don't have a login, so I'll create a new account quickly. I'm not a robot, buddy. And this is my mail ID, and I will apply a password. I hope I don't already have an account. Please don't tell me I already have an account. Okay, I have got this. Activation mail has been sent, so I'll go to this mail ID of mine and quickly activate my account. It's as simple as that. You don't really need to have an account from before. So I'll go to this registration confirmation, activate account, and there it is. Okay, got it. Please read the terms of use. Please don't download whole categories, register only one free account, etc. Please do read the terms and conditions. People have taken a lot of effort to to make this. People's lives like livelihoods depend on images, selling images from here. So please don't misuse it. Let's take this mixed cobblestone. Which one should we take? Let's take cobblestone 4. This looks okay to me. Okay, and I shall download this one. Okay, where is the download button for this one? Okay, this is the one. Okay, now where do I get to see it? Yeah, it is getting downloaded. So this uh, loading sign is coming up, the rainbow symbol. So I'm going to save it here in my computer, and it's got saved. And now I'm going to drag and just so there it is, and I'm going to go to the folder in which I downloaded it, and there I have it. Just drag and drop into Unity, and ta-da, it is now inside Unity. Okay, what is the name of the image? We'll find out. Yeah, texture something. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, let me drag and drop this, and it'll kind of looking kind of weird. So what I'll do is I will work um, with the tiling part of it. So I will go to the plane and I'll find a material over here in the mesh renderer. I'll find materials, go to this one, and let me try to play around with the tiling and offset. So let me increase the tiling. So let me make it, yeah, it's a bit better. So let me make the tiling as 5 in X and 5, no, 5 in Y is too much. So it looks a little bit like a road. You can choose a better texture than mine. I just took the one that looked okay to me. Let's start the game. And now we have this character. Ah, it fell down. No, restart. Okay, so I have this guy over here. I mean, I have my Unity Chan character, but it has only this much road to walk on. So what is it that I want to do? I want to create multiple such elements, not only once, but as and when the Unity Chan character gets closer to the end, I want to create more and more and more, so that the end is never visible. Okay, so the first thing that I'll do is I'll simply write a function. Okay, let me create a new script. I can slap it onto the plane, and not the plane. Let me put it on an empty game object. Okay, let's call it road creator. Okay, so what I encourage all my students to do is to first think of the problem in terms of smaller chunks. If you are able to divide your problem into smaller bits, then 90% of your effort or the obstacle in your efforts will be gone. There will be still some effort involved, but it will be now in small chunks that you can chew. Suppose you have a very large burger to eat. What will you do? Or a very large Subway sandwich. You chop it down into small pieces so that at one time whatever you eat fits into your mouth. That's exactly what you do when you try to solve problems which are beyond your current capacity. So what we'll do is we'll try to break down the problem into smaller bits. So what do you think would be a good way to subdivide the problem? First thing is, from this one single chunk we need a long road. So that could be one piece. We need a way to create multiple chunks, or rather a long piece of road from a single piece of road. That's step number one. What could be step number two? So let's just look at the problem and try to take a look at the problem and try to slow it down so that we can just chop off our English sentence, and from the sentence we get the problem statement. So the sentence is, we need long from a single piece of road we need long pieces of long road pieces. That's step number one. Then when the character gets to the end of this, somewhere close to the end of this section, this whole road section, we need another really big road section made up of these little planes. Okay, so now let's slow it down. When the character gets close to the end, so we need to know where the character is, we need to know where the current end is, and we need to find the distance between the two. Okay, so that's breaking down into another this thing. Then when the character gets close, then what we have to do? Again, the step number one, we have to create a long road from a single section. So let's focus on step number one, which should be easy, which is just like positioning multiple objects next to each other. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll create a road creator script. Okay, and we'll say we'll just call it road creator itself. So the name of the game object and the name of the script will be the same, road creator. So create an ad and directly open it in Visual Studio. Look for it in Visual Studio here. So where is my road creator? Please appear, buddy. So let me look for it. Sorry, not this one. So road creator, where is it? Where art thou? I didn't do a double click because it will again end up opening another instance of Visual Studio. I don't want to do that. So I'll say go to file, which is Command P, road creator. There it is. There you are, little sweet thing. So now what we'll do is we'll create a method which will create multiple sections of the road. Okay, so let's say void create road. Okay, what is it going to do? It's going to duplicate the single road element, okay, and make multiple road elements from that. So for that it needs to know what the single road element is. So what we'll say, game object road element. This is the one that we just created, okay, and we are going to duplicate it. We are going to duplicate it many times. So what is it that we do to do anything multiple times? A for loop. So we'll write a for loop, and let's say let's keep it as a 20 section. So we'll have a road unit which is a road which is made up of 20 single road elements. So that's it. And then how do we create a clone? It's very simple. We call it a road clone, and then pardon me because my equal to sign is not working, and say game object dot instantiate, and which one, the original, let's call it the original road element to avoid any confusions in the future. Original road element, road clone. We'll create a road clone. Okay, where do we actually position it? So the x and the z should be, the y and the z should be the same, but the x should keep increasing, or should it be the z? Let's increase it in sorry. So let's increase it in, sorry. So what I'll do is I will increase. Wait, just let me figure out. So the road should increase ideally in z. So let's see what is happening right now. Oh, not the road creator, the plane. Oh, no, we don't want it like that. So we'll reverse it. We will make it 1 in x and z, and 0.2 in x. So now when we increase the z, it will, yeah, this is exactly what we want. Yeah. So now we want our next road element to be z units after the first road element. The x and the y are going to remain the same. So let's set up. So yeah, let the y and the z be 0. Okay. So road clone. How do you set the position of a object? Transform dot position equal to new vector 3. What is so the x and y are going to be pretty much the same, 0 and 0, and what is going to be our z? It's going to be the ith element because it multiplied by the length of the road. This we'll figure out as we go. So we'll expose a variable for this. Call it public float road length. Let's keep it as 1 for now, but we can change it later. 1. Okay, into road length. So try to imagine why this works. So if the road length is 1, then every road element will be positioned 1 unit away from each other. So if the road length is 1, the first road element will be placed at position say 0, the second one will be at 1, the third one will be at 2, so it works. What about if it is 2? So if it is at 2, then they should be positioned at 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? That is exactly what's going to happen when you multiply the road length by I. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So they will be positioned at 0, 2, 4, 6, which is exactly the distance between them, because the length of each road element is 2. So the distance between them will also be 2. Okay, and now we also need to find out the position of the last road element. So what we can actually do is, instead of doing it like this, we can create a variable called float last road position z. So this is just z. So by default it is 0, so I don't need to reposition it. What I'll do is last road position, I'll compute it, and I will use this to find out the difference from the last road position, the difference between the last road position and the character's position. Last position z equal to I star road length. All I'm doing is I've just introduced a variable instead of computing the position at runtime. I mean, not at runtime, but rather directly plugging it into the vector 3. So now let's see what this looks like. What I will also do, one more thing, is whenever you're trying to clone objects, always try that your object should be cloned. The prefabs are the ones that should be cloned, not objects themselves. Something I have missed. Yeah, the semicolon here. Never miss the semicolon. It's like the full stop. So I will go back to my Unity and I will create a road out of the plane. I mean a prefab, sorry. I'll create a prefab out of the plane. It's taking a bit more time, so I'll just drag and drop my plane into the assets. Then I shall, where is it? Here it is. I'll look for it. It's got lost. There it is. There I find my plane. Let me make it 0 0 0. And if I make it 0 0 0, let me see what happens to the position of the chan. So it's fine. I think chan is sufficiently high above the ground. Okay, so I will now delete it. Okay, and now the road creator is going to take care of creating the plane. So I'll drag and drop my prefab into the road element, original road element object. Now let's see if I'm getting a long road track made out of smaller road tracks. No, something went wrong as usual. What exactly happened here? So let's track it down. Is my road creator script even attached to an object? It is already attached to an object, so why is it not creating objects? So is my Unity chan is at 0 0 0. You know what? Genius mistake. I didn't even call the function. Okay, so I'll just call the function and then that's it. We should be ready to go. Mistakes happen. We should not feel ashamed of them. Only thing is we should be mindful that we don't make similar mistakes. I mean all the time. As long as you're learning from your mistakes, you're not making similar mistakes. Mistakes will keep happening all the time. There's nothing to feel bad or ashamed about. Yeah, there we have it. So now we have a pretty long section of the road, but it's going to end. Okay, this is our problem. So I can turn around, and this is a section of the road about 20 units long. But that's not what I want. I want a section of the road that keeps going on and on and on. Of course, turning back, it'll end. That's what infinite runner looks like, because in an infinite runner, you don't have the choice to stop. Here we have a character which is actually going to stop. So we can actually go back, but that's not how a real infinite runner works. So we want to find the position of the Unity Chan model, how close it is to the end. So this is the end, right? The end is the last road position Z. This is the end. We have to find out how far it is from this. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll get the Unity Chan object into a variable, Unity Chan object, and we'll make it public so that we can drag and drop the object into the variable. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the Z position of this position minus the last road position, or actually the other way around, the last road position minus Unity Chan's position. If it is less, if you are approaching it, and if it is less than 100 units, I think no, 100 will be too less. What we'll also do is we'll actually scale up our road a bit more. We'll increase it in the Z direction. Let's make it 5. Okay, and we'll also increase the length of this to say 30 or 40 units, so that each section is a bit long. And if this distance is less than 50, then what we'll do is we'll call this create road section, the create road again. So what this will do is every time yeah, so there's a bit of a problem here. I see that every time your last and the first road section will overlap. Why is that? Because you're going to start with 0, and every time you start, this last road position is pretty much going to be oh yeah, so what we have to do is the last road position is equal to the last road position plus. So we have to put a plus sign because we have to keep adding it. Yeah, so last road position equal to last road position plus plus road length, not I road length. Yeah, plus road length. So every time you're going to add one road length to the last road position. If the last road position minus the current unity chance object's position is less than 50, then we create a road. This should do it. So that's about it. Now what we'll have to do is we'll have to drag and drop the unity chan. So what did I do? Yeah, position dot z. So what I have to do here? What is this? What is this Japanese character? What? How did this appear? I have no clue how this came into a picture. So what I'm going to do is I just have to drag and drop the Unity Chan character into the road creator script, and then we should be good to go, unless there is some unexpected error, which almost always happens. So yeah, let's wait for it to compile the road creator, and we'll drag and drop the Unity Chan object here. Okay, let's see whether I can get it right in the first go or not. It's not really very important. Programming is highly iterative. You can make mistakes and you can arrive at the correct solution after making a few mistakes. But let's see. I'm going to have to run a lot more than I did before, because I had created the first section itself was huge. If I keep running for a really long time and the section does not end, that pretty much means I've got it right. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to unmaximize the game, and I'm going to see what is happening here. Is this the scroll bar becoming smaller and smaller, which means more and more roads? Yeah, it is becoming smaller and smaller, which means more and more road sections are getting created, and yes, our code does work in that case. Okay, I'm also, see, we increased the scale of the plane, but we didn't change the tiling. So we'll open the prefab and change the tiling so that it looks a little better. Okay, so let me increase the tiling to say, I think we had increased the tiling earlier. What happened here? So let's make it 5, and the Y tiling should be 5. Where is my plane? Yeah, it's over here. So let's go a little close to it and see the tiling. Tiling is not looking great. Why is this not changing? Oh, that was a normal map. Yeah, make it 10. Let me make it 50. 50 is too much. Let's make it 30, 20, or 2, 3. Actually, yeah, let's make it 10. 10 looks to be okay. Let's make it 1. Let's make it, yeah, this is a little better. Start the game. And there you have it. It's all looking blue in the background. We can always put a skybox behind. And in fact, you know what? One change I'm also going to do is I'm going to make it a little wider. So let me make 0.5. This is a little better. Let me make it a little less long. So now the road is a little bigger. Yeah, this looks a little better, right? Earlier it was so small that you felt as if the model is going to fall off. I was about to fall off. So this will keep going on, and you are actually never going to be able to see the road getting made, because it is getting made at such a distance that you can really never see it. New road sections are getting made here, but you're never going to be able to see it because it's actually getting made at a very long distance. So that's about it. This is how you can actually get a game to have an infinite running effect. Of course, this is a very basic demonstration of the idea. This is not even a game. This is a very basic demo of the idea of how an infinite runner actually works. Now there are lots of other things that you need to do, like you need to make sections which are tilting right and left, and then you also have to spawn collectibles. You have to have a sound effect. Then if you slow down, then you have to slow down when you bump against something. You have to put obstacles under which you have to slide. You have to put obstacles over which you have to jump. When you hit something and you slow down, then you have to create an effect of something that is trying to catch you from behind, like your game Temple Run. But this video was to give you a glimpse of the logic. This was not a video to make a complete game. So I hope you understood that the main logic is to keep creating road sections by checking your distance from the last road section. And the logic is again in the script, you create a function which will create road sections based on a position of which will be calculated just simply by adding a road length here. Okay, my road length is very less, so I think, yeah, the road length should match the section of the road. I think um, we were having overlapping road sections, but that was still working, but that's not the ideal way. So the road length is 3, so it should also match with 3 here. Okay, and what we are doing is we are calculating the section. So think about it logically. I can't explain everything to you, so think about it logically. We are calculating a z position by adding a road length each time, and by the end of the for loop, this will be the position at which the last road section has got created. And what are we doing in update? We are checking how far has the unity chain object got to that last point beyond which the unity chain model will fall. Not fall exactly, but it's like this is like 50 units close to that endpoint. So we don't want to create it just when it's very close, no, when it's almost equal to the last position, because then the player will actually get to see the road getting made, which is not what we want. We want to give an impression that the road has always been there. Now there's one problem which I didn't address is too many game objects. If you keep playing this game for a long time, you'll have these road sections which are there for a very long time. So you can apply similar logic. You can you can put a script on the road section which checks its position, its own z position from that of the unity chain object. If this position is more than 100 or 200 units, then you self-destruct. That's all. Very simple. So what we are doing here is the moment we get very close to the last position, which is last road position minus this unity chance z position, which is always increasing, then you create a new road. What will happen when you create the new road? This position will get updated. So suppose this position was about 100 when you created the road for the first time. This road position will become 200. Then again this condition will no longer be valid. The unity chance z position will again be much lesser than this position, and the game will keep going on and on and on. Okay, so I hope you understood the logic. If you have any suggestions on how to improve this video, on the pace at which I'm talking, or the clarity with which I'm saying things, please do drop your feedback so that I can make videos which are more and more easy to understand and more useful and relevant to you, and also fun to watch. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys, and I hope you could learn something interesting from it. Thank you. Bye bye.